Hey, drop.
Okay, guys, we're here this week for episode 12 of the Buchanan County Sports Podcast. Very busy week. I know I say that every week, but very, very busy last week.
Busy.
Especially considering we were actually one sport down now with golf finishing up and everything 2 weeks ago. Still quite a bit going on. We'll start the week off Monday. Grundy had a big week altogether, picking up 4 big wins, but they started the week off with Twin Valley. Got a win 3-0, 25-13, 25-7, and 25-12. Very impressive performance there. Destiny, 18 service points, 7 aces, 3 digs, 19 assists, 1 kill. Leah Rasnick, 10 service points, 3 aces, 3 digs, 7 kills, 2 blocks. Sophia Belcher, 3 service points, 1 ace, 2 digs, 16 kills, 2 blocks. Adyson Bell, 3 service points, 2 digs, 9 assists, 2 kills. Riley Church, 6 service points, 3 aces, 6 digs, 8 kills, 1 block. Claire Griffey, 10 service points, 2 aces, 9 digs, 1 assist, 1 kill. Cammie Rourke, 1 service point, 1 dig, 2 kills, 1 block. Ava Ward, 4 service points, 2 aces, 2 digs. Then on to Twin Valley, Keisha McClanahan, 12 digs, 1 kill. Kara Boyd, 3 digs, 1 kill, 3 service points. Addie Blankenship, 2 digs, 2 assists, 2 kills, 1 service point. Kaylee Mullins, 1 dig. Malaya Bell, 1 assist. Kaylee Sparks, 1 service point. Addie Boyd, 8 digs, 1 assist, 5 kills. Aaliyah McClanahan, 2 digs. Maya Bell, 1 dig, 2 assists, 1 kill, 1 ace, 5 service points. And Kelsey Lester, 2 digs. I'm going to catch my breath on all that, and I'll go to you.
All right. Also the same night, volleyball Hurley at Phelps. Hurley came up short. 3 sets, 25-11, 25-20, 25-19. For Hurley, Brooklyn Owens, 9 service points, 2 digs, 1 kill. Bella Hurley, 13 service points, 7 assists. Emily Mullins, 9 service points, 7 digs, 2 kills. Keisha Hagerman, 6 service points, 9 digs, 1 kill. Jalen Dotson, 4 service points, 5 digs, 2 kills. Carissa Hurley, 3 digs. Caitlin Bandy's 2 service points, 1 dig.
All right, Rodney, I'll let you do Tuesday there.
On Tuesday, October 14th, still with volleyball, Council in Grundy. It was 25-11, 25-8, and 25-15 in favor of Grundy. The players for Grundy, Destiny Armendariz has had 14 serving points, 3 aces, 4 digs, 21 assists, and 4 kills. Leah Rasnick had 13 serving points, 2 aces, 11 digs, 1 assist, and 4 kills. Sophia Belcher, 8 service points, 3 aces, 16 kills, and a block. Adyson Bell, 11 serving points, 4 aces, 3 digs, 14 assists, 5 kills. Riley Church had 10 serving points, 10 digs,
Okay.
and 9 kills.
That was 1 service point. Sorry.
I didn't even realize I misspoke. Thank you. Claire Griffey, 5 service points, 1 ace, 10 digs, 1 assist, and 1 kill. And Madison Lester had 7 kills and 4 blocks. For Council, Allison Griffey had 6 digs.
Collie.
What did I say?
Griffey.
Allison Colley, 6 digs. Kayla Johnson, 3 service points, 3 aces, and 3 digs. Megan Hess, 2 serving points, 2 aces, 2 kills, and 4 digs. And then we had Twin Valley and Hurley, Chris.
Hurley ends up taking the win on that, 3-0. 25-14, 25-21, and 25-22. For Twin Valley, you had Keisha McClanahan with 9 digs, 1 ace, 2 serving points. Kara Boyd, 1 dig, 1 assist, 1 kill. Addie Blankenship, 1 dig, 1 assist, 1 kill, and 5 service points. Malaya Bell, 3 assists, 1 kill. Kaylee Sparks, 2 assists, or aces, sorry, 2 serving points. Addie Boyd, 3 digs, 17 kills, 1 ace. Maya Bell, 11 assists, 2 kills, and 2 serving points. For Hurley, you had Brooklyn Owens with 13 serving points, 1 ace, 4 digs, 4 kills. Bella Hurley, 14 serving points, 3 aces, 1 kill, 20 assists. Very good game for her. Emily Mullins, 11 serving points, 2 aces, 7 digs, 5 kills. Keisha Hagerman, 16 serving points, 3 aces, 4 digs, 2 kills. Jayla Dotson, 5 serving points, 4 digs, 6 kills. Carissa Hurley, 3 digs. Brooklyn Estep had 16 serving points, 4 aces, and 2 digs.
All right, on to Wednesday, October 15th, the Don Cumbo Invitational at Sugar Hollow Park in Bristol. Not sure why, but there was not a whole lot of participation from the county there in that. About the only one, well, actually the only school that participated was Council, and they took 4 boys over. Jacob Ray finished 12th with 18.28. And Gage Brown, 36th at 2011. Jesse Ray at 91 at 25.33. Ben Stevens, 94th at 26.50. And there was no girls at all in the county participating. Also that night, Council picked up a win over Twin Valley, 3-2. 16-25, 22-25, 25-16, 25-13, and 16-14. Quite an accomplishment there. I noticed they got down 0-2 and came back and ended up winning it. You don't really see that too often, getting down 2-0 like that.
They didn't quit, did they?
No quit, that's for sure. Twin Valley, Keisha McClanahan, 32 digs, 1 ace, 5 service points. Kara Boyd, 11 digs, 1 assist, 8 kills, 1 ace, 2 service points. Addie Blankenship, 13 digs, 10 assists, 4 aces, 8 service points. Malaya Bell, 15 assists, 1 kill. Kaylee Sparks, 2 digs. Addie Boyd, 10 digs, 26 kills, 2 aces, 3 service points. Maya Bell, 5 digs, 9 assists, 3 kills, 5 aces. Kelsey Lester, 13 digs. You know, it's definitely, I'm not sure what the issue is there, but they are definitely performing. But somehow, some way, they're coming out on the losing end quite a bit. And I hate that for them because they are definitely giving it their all for sure.
Good numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Council that night had Abby Deal, 8 service points, 7 aces, 3 kills. Ava Rose, 3 aces, 6 assists, 5 digs. Kayla Johnson, 2 aces, 4 digs. Shay Stocks, 5 assists. Megan Hess, 3 service points, 3 aces, 1 assist, 9 kills, 3 digs. Candace Runyon, 2 aces, 3 kills, 2 digs. Adyson, Colley, 1 ace, 5 digs. Lindsay Ratliff, 3 digs. Gracie Brown, 1 kill, 3 digs. Also that night, Grundy with a 3-0 win over Tazewell, 25-11, 25-11. And I thought the last one was going to be 25-11 when I was watching it, but 25-9 in the last one there. Destiny with 14 service points, 2 aces, 4 digs, and 22 assists.
Wow.
Leah Rasnick, 10 service points, 2 aces, 9 digs, 11 kills. Sophia Belcher, 5 service points, 3 aces, 3 digs, 11 kills. Addison Bell, 10 service points, 3 aces, 4 digs, 11 assists, 4 kills. I feel like I'm singing a Christmas song there. And a partridge in a pear tree.
There you go.
Riley Church, 6 service points, 4 aces, 10 digs, and 7 kills. Claire Griffey, 3 service points, 4 aces, 8 digs. Madison Lester, 3 kills, 3 blocks. Ava Ward, 2 kills. And on to Thursday.
Thursday
that over
it
to you.
was Hurley at Grundy. Grundy won all 3 sets over Hurley, 25-9, 25-14, 25-14. And Destiny had 7 service points, 5 aces, 4 digs, 17 assists, 1 kill. Leah Rasnick had 8 serving points, 4 digs, 5 kills. Sophia Belcher had 8 serving points, 4 aces, 4 digs, 16 kills, and 1 block. Addison Bell had 5 service points, 2 digs, 14 assists, 1 kill. Riley Church had 12 service points, 8 aces, 12 digs, 6 kills. Claire Griffey had 8 service points, 5 aces, 9 digs. Madison Lester had 5 kills. On to volleyball again the same night. Riverview, West Virginia went to Twin Valley. It looks like Twin Valley has lost all 3 sets, 3-0 to Riverview, West Virginia.
Close sets, though. That's what Michael was saying. They're just right there knocking on the
Yeah.
door. And all
They're
of it.
right there.
Every single match they have, they're right there.
23, 25, 17, 25, and 18, 25. Keisha McLean had 30 digs, 2 kills. Kara Boyd had 8 digs, 1 assist, 2 kills, 5 service points. Addie Blankenship had 12 digs, 4 kills. The little Bell girl had 2 digs. I can't spit that out. Malaya Bell had 2 digs, 7 assists, 2 kills. Kaylee Sparks, 1 dig, and I apologize, Malaya. I know you. I know you forever, and I do apologize for that. Kaylee Sparks, 1 deal, 3 kills, 1 ace, 3 service points. Addie Boyd, 10 digs, 1 assist, 13 kills. Maya Bell.
Maya.
I know they're sisters.
Yeah.
8 digs, 8 assists, 1 service points. Kaylee Lester. Kelsey Lester, I'm sorry. 11 digs, 1 assist, 1 kill.
You know, guys, I was looking here at all these girls in our district, and I'm not sure about our region, but just what little bit I've kept up with in the region. But I don't know another player that's going to come close to Destiny when it comes to Player of the Year, performing week in and week out consistently.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Somebody
amazes
has to
me.
step up.
Yeah, I mean, it amazes me on how consistent she stays throughout, and she has. But a lot of it's got to do with no injury and stuff like that, till you don't have to fight back from an injury. So she's been fortunate there. But it's just good to see somebody from our area that's going to be able to maybe have a chance at regional Player of the Year or something like that.
So coming into this next week, there's just a few volleyball games still left to play. Grundy has finished up. I can't really remember, but the other 3 schools all, I think, still have a game or so left. But be finishing up. And this past week, like I said, I was really impressed with Twin Valley's stats and everything, but still just barely coming out on the losing end in a lot of games and stuff. I think, a lot of them girls are going to be very big contributors next year.
Yeah. Twin Valley's young.
Yeah. I mean, what appears to me, and I mean this is no disrespect, as one of their big team leaders is a sophomore, and
Addie.
I mean she is tremendous.
Addie Boyd,
Yeah, for sure. And Grundy still keeps churning. It's almost like the same stats every night. You see each one of them contributing in a massive way, and I'm like, how can like 6 and 7 girls all contribute that much in a 3-set match most nights, because I mean, they're not playing 5 sets very often, they're hardly ever getting past 3, and yet every one of them is filling up the stat sheet every night.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
But guys, you think about this, every school's got a team leader in every sport. And some of these are sophomores and juniors that's going to be at the new school. How's that going to translate in? I've thought about this. How these kids are going to be able to get together with these other leaders that's been at their school for a few years now, and then they come into the new school. It boils down to swallowing your ego and your pride to be able to achieve those things. And I don't know that it's going to be a tough task for the coaches. I mean, the parents and stuff may get onto these coaches and stuff, but I've been on both sides of that. And for a new school and transitioning into something where you've got to learn the program, you got to learn the parents, you got to learn the kids. It's going to be huge for the coaches, but these kids, when they come in, got to have the right mindset, saying, okay, I used to be a leader. I can still be a leader, maybe just be more vocal instead of, having to always pinpoint everybody's wrongs or whatever.
Or share that role of being a leader.
Being able to share that role,
Yes.
that's going to be huge, and for some of these kids, I hope they're able to do it, because it's not always easy for some people that's used to that limelight to give it up.
That's one thing. When we went through this over in Dickinson County, this will be my second consolidation that I've been a part of. My kids were in Dickinson County schools when they went from having Hayside, Irvington, and Clintwood down to 1. And as you mentioned, you've got your Clintwood guys, great players, your captains and stuff, coming together with the other 2 schools, and then you can reverse it 3 ways there. everybody had their own way of wanting to do things. You know, Hayes, I wanted to do it James Colley's way. Clintwood wanted to do it their way, and Irvington wanted to do it their way. And it eventually did. That's why the first couple of years, they just wasn't performing. It took them an adjustment period to come together and realize, okay, we're one now. We're going to do it this way instead of trying to split it and argue amongst ourselves. But once they did come together, and they get on the same page, you see what Ridgeview's doing now.
Well, I mean, I don't know who came up with the whole process of their coaches and picks, stuff like that. But I thought them losing James Colley and him not coaching that, I really think that was a huge mistake on their part, because it did cost them a couple of years of being able to get their program to where it is now. And you may have I know you're from Hayside, but you may have a different look at that. But I always did think James Colley was one of the best football minds in the state.
Oh,
He didn't need to be in the office.
And
He needed
still
to be on
is.
the sidelines.
I still hear good things. He's still doing a few things, so that's good. But from our aspect, from what we see on the coaches they've selected for the new school, I think they've got a good core. But again, it's going to take the parents and the players to get on the same page to be able to achieve these things, and not just on the field of play. We're talking about classroom too, because these teachers coming in is going to have their hands full, because like I said, they're going to have to know some of the kids, some of them they aren't. It's all going to be new to them, but because of that, they got to learn different characteristics, different demeanors, and be able to apply that to how they teach.
And then you've had your rivalries through the years. It's time to, we are not button heads anymore. We're going to stand hand in hand and do this together. And that a lot of that starts at home. And I'm not going to say a lot, but I have been to football games this year, right here on the verge of consolidation, and I have still heard stuff that just makes me shake my head and wonder why. These kids, they're playing against each other tonight, but this time next year, they're going to be standing shoulder to shoulder, and we can start that transition now at home.
Yeah.
Well, I'll piggyback off what Rodney said there. Friday night at Grundy and Hurley football game, when Hurley get ready to run out, the cheerleaders made a sign. And I can't say it word for word, but we've got it getting ready to get pulled up. I think Mike took a picture of it or something, but something like, tonight we're rivals, next year we're teammates, or something to that effect of it, because it was now from
Rivals to teammates, but first let's finish
this. Yes. So that right there tells you that the kids are ready. The kids are ready. Not every child.
We've said that quite a bit, and the one thing that is not ready is a lot of the adults.
That's yes.
Suppose that's it. Hatred is not born into your mind. It's
That's
taught.
right.
And
That's right.
you still hear this thing about tradition, and every one of us here are deep in tradition, as far as you with Grundy and us with Hurley and stuff. And it does mean a lot, and it is sad. You don't think me and Chris are affected because there will be no more Hurley Rebels? You don't think Tim's affected? I mean, we are, but for the betterment of our children and everything,
It's got to happen.
Yeah, I mean, you can't keep going and having schools with 30 kids graduating or 150 kids in a school.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not feasible. It's taxpayers can't keep a school up.
They won't complain about a helicopter that wasn't paying for about tax money. You'll be complaining about 18 kids graduating, your tax money keeping the whole school open. That's what I'd complain about.
Yeah.
Just my rant, sorry.
Yeah, well, that's the truth. I mean, that's the truth, Chris.
exactly.
We was fortunate enough that Rodney Davis did a good gesture and done something special for a ball game, and people questions it. That's going to taxpayers' money. No, taxpayers didn't have zero to do with it. Rodney
And
Davis
you
done it
know
as a
most of
favor.
these people don't believe a word you're saying,
Oh,
right, Rodney?
I know.
They believe you're just covering it up. That's money that could have went to
No.
something else or anything like that. I tell you, he did it all on his own.
He done it. He took the ball to the people that brought it to
By
Grundy.
the way, he
on
took the
his-
ball somewhere else to
Yes.
begin with.
Yes.
That's what a lot of people don't realize that are from Twin Valley that are upset. He actually Rodney, I'll actually go ahead and let you tell this.
It was just a mess.
He
You
might
know,
not want-
you've got some folks out there that no matter what you do, they have to find a reason to be mad. They have to find a reason to feel victimized. And that is not the case. What was done this past Friday night, I purposely waited until this ball game to pitch it to Scotty Bostic. We could have easily done it at homecoming and
Yes.
it being Grundy and Tazewell. But
But it meant
instead, it was done with 2 county teams there.
Yep.
And for those that thinks it was taxpayer money, it absolutely was not. I don't know what you're thinking. The Virginia State Police out of Abingdon, yes, they operate on taxpayer money. What you seen Friday night was a private company. That is their money. They are not funded by state, local, town taxes. You all have nothing to do with it. Zero. They do PR events like this for free. They would do it for anybody that asked for it. We asked, and they were very quick to jump on it. And we're
And
happy
you also
to be
told
there.
me that you had talked to Twin Valley
Yeah.
about doing it there previous.
Yes, Tom Krieger and I, we talked about it. He loved the idea, but it was ultimately decided against because they had some previous coaches that served Twin Valley that were honorary captains, and they chose that route, which is fine. But
Which is a
it
great
was offered. It is not me picking and choosing. I'm going to do it for this school and not this school. I can rest assure you that if any school reaches out to me, I will do whatever I can for these kids. But it was offered, and a different path was chosen, and that's fine.
Well, I want to thank you for doing it
Yeah.
because it was very special. I know the Hurley people, I've seen it on TikTok from a Hurley person.
Really?
Yes, on TikTok. So that tells you the Hurley crowd liked it. They cheered, they screamed. The Grundy crowd liked it. It was just so special. I mean, as far as blowing my hair off, it was good.
Yeah.
You had hair for Atlanta, didn't
I had hair before it started coming down. But
I had a few grow in since last week.
But I want to thank you, Rodney. You took it upon yourself to reach out to Coach Bostic, and you took the ball at your own gas money, your own time, to Wise to reach this ball to these people,
Yeah.
and they performed,
Yeah.
and it was awesome.
And
Yeah.
you know, you just mentioned Coach Bostic. Kudos to him for everything that he has put together. Well, I'm saying him, but I'm sure Mark Cooper, Coach Bostic, and I'm sure there was several people. But I'll say him since he's the athletic director and everything. Between as far as the coin toss, and by the way, I filmed all that from the 50-yard line.
That's
I thought
awesome.
that video was awesome. Seems like a lot of people really like that. Having Coach Blankenship and Coach Rowe out there for the coin toss was awesome. Just the helicopter landing, just all kinds of different things. And I really like the fact that it seems to me like in the past maybe I'm wrong, it wasn't like that, but how over here Hurley ran out by the field house, over here Grundy ran out by the field house, and it just seemed like they were both home teams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really gave you the feel that they were both home teams, even though of course they wasn't.
Right.
But it was a very hospitable game for sure.
Yes. You talked about Coach Bostic. I don't call him Coach B. I call him Coach B.
Yeah.
He's very. People don't understand what he does. They need to go with him one Friday at a home game. He's probably there at 5:30 in the morning, and he won't return home till 2:30, 3 o'clock in the next morning.
Yeah.
Concession stands, getting all the concession stand food ready, getting all the gate monies ready, getting everything else prepared. And there's a couple, us on the football staff helps him, but there's some things that we can't help him with.
Yeah.
He'd rather does it himself so he knows that it's done correctly.
Yeah.
Pistol will stripe the field, make sure the field's good. John Lark will get the water out, make sure that everything's good. Everybody's got their own little job.
Yeah.
Then after the game, we're scrubbing uniforms, and I looked around. Coach B's out there taking the tent down for Grundy Funeral Home. I said, okay, let's jump in and help him. And he don't never ask for help.
Yeah.
But now, if you jump in and help him, he's very appreciative.
You know, you kind of make me feel bad now. We're asking for a table and a couple of
No,
chairs for a podcast, but
that was easy.
He helped us out. He contacted me and said, you know, our spot that we had thought about was, you know, possibly not going to work. He asked me, what did I want to do? I said, man, wherever you can put us, I mean, it's fine with me. He told me down at the lower end of the field,
I love
with
that.
our backs to the field, which actually, I will
Worked
say,
out great.
it worked out great. I love the backdrop of the field behind us.
And the boys Hurley was warming up, and they could see the Hurley guys behind us.
Yeah.
I like that.
You know, guys, something I would like to kind of add, or you know, just kind of mention. All the years I've coached and stuff, and these people do not get any credit at all. They're just looked at, okay, you get paid to do a job, do it. The custodians at these schools,
Yes.
the stuff that they got to deal with, and these kids are so messy, man. I'm telling you, I've stayed back and, you know, just helped out several times, you know, cleaning up in the stands, cleaning up in the bleachers, what have you. And honestly, I think that the coaches should make some of these kids do this a few times and let them learn a little bit of respect to show you don't be throwing this stuff down. Which, you know, it's not all kids. You've got grown-ups that does it too, but take a little pride upon yourself. But these women that do this, and then men, you know.
Oh,
like
Lord,
Brian
now
Bill
you know
does
you
there.
would have parents there at the school, you making my baby pick up trash.
But you know,
Yeah, you
some,
know
I'm
that
sorry,
ain't going.
I've made my boys, whenever I coached JV basketball, I would make them do this stuff.
Yeah.
We actually did one time at one of the churches over there. We did a thing. It was a soup kitchen, and they called themselves the soup group.
Yeah.
And we would go out on a Saturday, you know, in October, November, whichever one, you know, the church would decide to do it, and we'd deliver soup. But it teaches these kids a little bit of respect, and of course it helps with their character. But these women, and like say these custodians and some guys that do this for a living, man, do you think that really they want to have to come into a messy room or a messy,
not
you
fair.
know, gymnasium or whatever? You know, they know it's part of the job, but have a little respect. Pick up after yourself, because these people, I mean, some of these ladies do this right here, man, for 30 and 40 years.
Yeah.
They're bored to a frizzle by the time the day's up, you know.
You know, something like that was started, a kid at Grundy, and it led to yet another initiative. And Tim probably be able to tell you more about it than I will. I've read about it, but when Ethan McClanahan started, you know, picking up around the gym and stuff, that got, excuse me, his mind working about where we're going to put this, recycling. And Ethan did not stop until he got a
Such a
recycling
great
center
kid.
put in. I mean, it's a snowball effect, and I can't thank Ethan enough for everything he does. But I'm sure we'll be talking about him a lot as we get into our
Yeah, I
winter sports.
actually want to touch on the college offers here in a little bit, and we'll definitely be bringing up his name here in a few minutes. We'll discuss that.
Has anybody heard how the WCYB reporter is doing, by the way?
He got released.
He did
He got
get
released.
released Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
But let's get to the football from Friday night, guys. Rodney was at the
Twin Valley.
game. He came down late in the Grundy game to join us there, but all three of us, of course, was at Grundy for the Hurley Grundy game. Started off, you know, Grundy jumped out quick on him, and I think that was the big thing. And that would apply to either team, was that you needed to come out and set a tone and jump out early, and that's what Grundy did. And they were led, you know, by who it should be, their quarterback, really setting the tone, I think.
Well, I was looking at the quarters here. First quarter, Grundy scored 22 points, Hurley scored 6. So we outscored them that first
That's what I
quarter.
was talking about, setting the tone.
So the second quarter, it's 12-12. They scored 12 points, we scored 12 points. So that's even. But when you go to the third quarter, they scored 16 points, we scored 8 points.
Yeah.
They was ahead. So that's when they was within reach.
Yeah.
They got
That was
there.
within like a touchdown.
Yes,
Yeah.
8 points. So then you win in the fourth quarter, 16 points Grundy scored, and they scored 0. But on the Hurley behalf, they did lose Dylan Lester out of the backfield midway to the third quarter. I'm not making excuses for him. I'm just saying he was running the ball well all night long.
I thought that was his best game of the season.
He looked great.
He wasn't just running; he was running.
To
extremely
touch
hard.
on that, and by the way, we are very thankful to our good friend Chad Cooper on giving us a full rundown on the
Yes.
stats. Dylan with 25 carries, 151 yards, and 3 touchdowns. like Chris said, without a doubt, his overall best performance of the year.
He looked awesome.
Yeah,
He looked awesome.
without a doubt. Caden Justice, 16 carries, 85 yards. Kanan had 6 carries, 44 yards.
Let's talk about Canaan right there. 6 carries, 44 yards. Why did they stop using him?
Well, that was out of the second half. But I mean, I'm sure that they had a game plan of wanting to use, which, at that time, Dillon was running good.
He
so
was.
was Canaan. They were both running real good. And I thought that, for the most part, they give up some long runs or give up some long plays that, it wasn't just pound. They had a couple, one of the first touchdowns, Ayden threw for a touchdown. It was on a busted play. The ball went over his head.
The snap over the head.
And, he just stayed poised, picked the ball up, launched it downfield, and they score off of it.
I was very impressed with that. I mean, I was thinking, normal circumstances.
Throw an interception or throw
an
out of
interception,
bounds.
or he's going to get sacked in the end zone, and it's going to be a safety. But
Yeah.
he kept his composure, got the ball, and got it downfield, and it was a heck of a throw.
I don't know how he threw that because he threw it on his back foot.
Yeah.
Just grace of
Well,
God.
He should have had
You
2
see-
interceptions. The
Yeah.
ball hung
You see
twice.
quarterbacks
Yeah.
nowadays, they're unorthodox about what they do. They're watching Patrick Mahomes.
Yes. Yeah.
But Grundy, we mentioned Ayden, 109 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns on the ground, 140 yards passing. The 1 touchdown that we mentioned, Trey Taylor, 21 carries, 183 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns, and then the 1 78-yard receiving touchdown. Just
Whew.
a lot of great performances there. Kind of, since we've got it here, we'll go over the team stats. First downs, Grundy led 19-17 on that. Rushing yards, Grundy ran the ball 36 times for 306 yards. Hurley ran the ball 47 times for 279 yards. That's
I mean,
quite a large amount of attempts.
And they're there. And I'm just the penalties. Look at the penalties with Hurley.
Scores ain't on there.
105 yards, 115 yards.
Yeah, the penalties. Hurley had 12 penalties for 115 yards. Grundy only had 6 with 40.
Yes.
But I'm going to tell you something, guys, and I know what they were trying to do. These kickoffs,
Oh.
they were trying to keep anybody from getting a run back, but you're giving the ball to them back, in great field position every time. And I know it's tough I know for a fact that's not what the coaches were looking for. But for some reason, they just kicked that way. At some point in time, just kick it deep, man.
I'm tired of that, ain't you?
But that's not just Hurley.
No,
No,
I see
Grundy.
that from all of them. All the local schools
Yeah.
are doing this because they're like, well, if we're going to give up a big play, anyway, let's just keep the kids from getting hurt and give it to them on, same. Well, they probably would have got it anyway.
I'm starting to think someone had something against one of the cheerleaders or something because they kept kicking right at them every time.
They did. They did.
Yeah.
So. But it was what I liked about the game. Afterwards, FCA showed up and they're going to do a scholarship deal, and they gave each coach a shirt and a little flag. It was very, very nice.
Yeah. And then, of course, both
Both
teams
teams came together for a photo.
One big picture.
And I wanted that. I was hoping that was going to happen. We talked about that last week. I hope and pray everybody gets together.
But
as
you
one.
look at Ayden's numbers, and I don't think that Trey has the numbers he has without Ayden having the game he had.
He won't.
Oh no, because
He
they
won't.
would,
Open
like
so
you
much
said, they
up.
would have zeroed
Yes.
in on Trey.
Yeah, well, they were in the first half.
Yeah, and they did.
Yeah, and I don't mean after I left at halftime, I started hurting, so I just went on home and was going to watch it online. But at that point, Trey hadn't done much.
No.
They were containing him to minimal yards, so majority of his bulk of his runs had to come in the second half. And like I say, Ayden was like, man, he was like that. To see what he did with that when the ball went over his head and pick it up, that shows what kind of game he was going to have because everything was clicking and going his way. And Hurley on defense had missed a couple of key tackles. Mm-hmm. Chase Baker played a heck of a game for them on the defensive end, and they had shifted and moved him around a little bit to the end. I don't think he's a true end, but he played well there. But they had their backs, their linebackers and stuff didn't get up into the gaps, and make those tackles when they needed to. And it showed on some of those long runs by Ayden.
Yeah. And we were speaking about Ayden and stuff, and I know you're a huge fan of his and everything. After the game, when both teams came together, he
He done the prayer.
He led the prayer, and and stuff. Just a great young man.
That touches my heart, man. I'm telling you, I love him. I love Ayden. I'm a huge fan of Ayden. But anytime you can stand in front of 30 people and pray.
Yeah, but he's been doing it since he came out of the
That's
womb.
right.
I'd be willing to bet he was standing in front of 60, 70, 80 people because both teams, all coaches, and everything was there.
And moms and dads was there too,
Yeah.
and that made it special too. I mean, that's the last football game, guys, from Hurley and Grundy. It's bittersweet sometimes, but I know you guys Hurley,
Yeah.
you know, but I believe blue and gold. Y'all believe red and blue. Rodney, he's just with us. He's adopted from us all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You know, one more thing.
Pistol believes red and blue too.
Yeah. One more thing that me and Chris was talking about is all at the game Friday night is all these 2-point conversions failed. I mean,
I don't
you can
understand
see,
that either.
Lester run failed after his touchdown, and then here's another Lester touchdown, run failed. Justice, 18-yard touchdown, run failed. I don't think they've got one. Yeah, okay, here's one later in the game, Justice. But it's a shame that we can't get back to where we can consider an extra point an automatic, at least 1 point.
Well, I think you will next year. I think it's
I think tester.
I think we'll be able to get, maybe not exactly next year, but within the next 2 or 3 years, this new school, you'll have special teams is huge. That's the kickoffs, the kickoff returns. That's stuff that Coach Tester and his staff will work with. They'll get it right.
We was mentioning the other day, I was watching one of our buddies up there that we interviewed up with the 86 Dragons. They uploaded all the games from the 86 season. And I was watching the 86 game between Garden and Hurley. And Mark Coleman, oh my God, what a foot. Man, I'm
best
telling you
kicker, the best punter to ever come out of this camp. Period. I don't care. Ain't nobody gonna change their mind on it.
That's right.
He had some that would get as high as the cliff. I mean, we're talking 60 yards, man.
You're exactly right.
But now Mark wasn't no small young, and he was probably 6'3", 6'4", whatever he is, and he probably looks now today as far as size. He probably looks now what he did in high school.
I think it would be incredible something like is for Southern Gap to reach out to someone like him, or maybe if the motor kids was still in the area, to come and maybe work with somebody and get somebody learning the techniques and stuff of kicking a ball.
The key to anything is repetition.
Yeah.
If you get the repetition, if you get somebody to learn you how to do it, send them to camp.
Yeah.
Send them a week of camp and then repetition.
Well, the Presley kid from Twin Valley a few years ago.
Yep, there you go.
He worked extremely hard on that craft. I think he ended up going to a small college, and kicking for them. But I agree. You got to have, it's not just okay line up and kick.
No.
And I don't fault the coaches for that, because a lot of these coaches never had to work with it, and really it's hard to coach something you've never had to do yourself at any point in time, and it is frustrating. But hopefully next year, the next 2 or 3 years, that craft is something mixed in with the special teams. You pinning somebody.
Special teams
onside kicks,
is
stuff
really
like that.
important.
I'm sick of that.
I mean, you're putting the team in scoring position from the get-go. I mean,
I always taught you kick it deep, put them down there 5-10 yard line, and go get them.
Yeah, I mean, that's something I definitely believe will need to be worked on, because all 3 schools are failing at special teams, in my opinion.
But moving on, Friday night.
But
was a
moving
good
on, Rodney,
game
I'll
all
let you
around.
take this one on the Twin Valley game. I know you was in attendance for that one.
I don't have the information that y'all are talking about. It didn't come through to me here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's
Fake news, boys.
Yeah, this is where we at.
Yeah, all you say is Friday night, Phelps 36, Twin Valley 8.
This is all they sent me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm in the same loop as you.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, it was okay. I'm having to use Chris's phone here.
Yeah, it's on the message thread, but that's
They don't
okay.
mind.
But anyway,
Yeah, Twin Valley played their very final home game Friday night. Last time they took the field, it was senior night as well. They hosted the Phelps Hornets. Phelps come out on top, 36-8 on that. Braden White, 16 carries on the evening, 84 yards rushing. 5 for 12 on passing. I will say that he was pressured a lot. He did not have any time in the pocket. It's something that my son and I, he lives and breathes football. When the ball was snapped, the defenders was on him. So Braden,
They keyed in on him. Sounds
yeah,
like.
they did not. Twin Valley, these Phelps had a big line that was coming through, and they was able to get to him quick. So he was 5 for 12 passing, 126 yards, and 1 touchdown. Harvey Duty, he had 8 carries on the evening, totaling 19 rushing yards. Blake Cooper, 3 catches for 56 yards. And Brandon Mullins, 2 catches for 70 yards, 1 touchdown reception, and that was including a 61-yard touchdown reception. One other thing that I want to mention real quick, it's not actual football related, but football-ish. The Twin Valley cheerleaders, as they were doing their senior honors, they had a couple of surprises put together. First of all, they honored their coach, Latasha Thornsberry. She works hard. And, had a song played for her, give her some flowers. Then they had, I don't know if you all saw the video that I was tagged in, but the cheerleaders had came up with a 2025 Twin Valley Cheerleader Sweetheart. And this was a complete surprise. They awarded it to Autumn Blankenship. I mentioned that. Autumn, she's my stepdaughter. She's 19-year-old. Autumn does suffer with autism, and she's on a 5-6-year-old level. But she took to that cheerleading. She does great, and every one of those girls, they have been so good and loving to Autumn, to welcome her in with her disability, to work with her. They don't treat her any different than anybody else. She cheers during the first half. When the sun goes down, we start the second half of ball game. She comes out. She's also their mascot as well. So she works extremely hard, battling through it with her autism. But I'm going to tell you, them girls up there are just fantastic with how they have taken her in and made her a part of that cheer squad.
That's awesome.
That's
That
awesome,
is
man.
kudos
That's
to
a
them.
feel-good story there. I like it.
That's awesome. Man, that stumped me there, Rodney.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's in my opinion, that's taking the next step, is putting somebody up on a pedestal that needs to be there.
Yeah.
So
But I did see the Thornsbury, they'd done that for her. I thought that was really good.
Yeah, that's
When you
awesome.
said that that's something that you got tagged in, I thought, here we go again, something about the
do
helicopter.
these right now.
Yeah.
No,
But yeah, I did see that.
Okay.
But guys, we'll finish this up with one other thing. We got some huge news last night. I couldn't help but call each one of you individually and
Yes.
discuss the fact that as of yesterday, Ella is eligible.
Ella Raz.
Yep. She.
So Ella can run, Ella run.
Yep. Run, Ella, run.
Perfect time, BDD, Wednesday.
she'll
Yep.
be coming with a vengeance, too.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
yeah.
has got a lot to...
Yeah, we,
to do.
Lord, I appreciate her mom contacting us, like literally right as they found out, but she hadn't even posted anything online yet. She reached out to us, and she had tremendous gratitude for us for all the prayers and the kind words and everything, and the support that we've given Ella. And Lord, I just want to continue to support her and everything, and hope her the very best in her journey over the next.
My heart goes out to her. I know Chris speaks his mind a lot on Ella, and we all support that. We always support that, Ella. But I'm very happy to see her run this Wednesday.
Yeah.
This coming Wednesday. So I'll be there for sure.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a good day. Good day.
Yeah.
God is good.
Chris, I know you've probably got something to say about this and everything. I know you've been a huge supporter of Ella's and the whole family. I know you and Neil are real close.
Well, I wouldn't say real close, but I mean, he don't come over and eat Sunday dinner or anything with me, but
He
but
could
we
though.
do. Well, he could. He's invited. Yeah, he might not like my cooking. But finally, you see that justice is possible still yet in the state of Virginia, and for kids anyway. And then when you look And this ain't just one case, guys. This is an ongoing instance that we see
That's right.
throughout society when it comes to these kids being justly done wrong.
Yeah.
Because it's all like he said it many times. Academics, sports, it's all about the kids. That's why these teachers are getting paid. That's why your athletic directors are getting paid. That's why we have a school board. That's why we have a educational system is for these kids. So let's do right by them. And I'm glad everything comes at a cost, but I'm glad and I'm super excited for Ella to be able to get this opportunity, to be able to hear the cheers again, and to be able to really support her team without anything hanging over her head, and just be able to do what she loves to do. And I'm not just talking about running; I'm talking about other sports.
Oh yeah.
That she can get the recognition.
Can't wait
she
to see her
deserves.
back on the court.
Oh yeah, that's what I said.
As well.
If we're able to get there Wednesday, Lord's will, and nothing don't happen, we're going to try to be there. We'll be cheering her on. And I don't want to, knock anybody in the head or anything like that when I say this, but I'm going to be a Council fan come Wednesday. I want to see her on top of the leaderboard. I want to see her win state. I want to be honest with you, I want to see her standing up there on that podium when it comes state championship time, and she's looking down and smiling at whoever it was trying to screw her over to start with. That's just the way I feel about it.
One thing that Michael and I talked about when he called to tell me about it, we was getting ready to go into church. It was looking dim. Ella stayed focused. I'm sure inside she was going through a lot of thoughts and fighting battles with it, but she stayed positive and she stayed conditioned. She trained, kept her discipline up, and just because she just got the news yesterday that she can run, she's not starting behind the 8 ball. She's going to come out win. She's ready to go.
Yeah, she didn't
and
just
she
sit
has
still.
stuff to prove too.
That's right. She didn't just sit on her hands. She stayed.
We mentioned about 2 weeks ago she ran in a meet. She couldn't run as a council athlete or whatever, but ran a sub 20 time there under 20 minutes. So she's ready.
I'm excited. I really can't wait to see the outcome of this.
Every time you've seen her, man.
Barring any injuries, I think she'll be right there come state time.
And the one thing that she kept the whole time.
Faith.
Not only kept running and everything, but she
Faith.
kept her faith.
That's right.
That it would all work out. That God
did.
had her and it was going to work out.
And she didn't do any of this. Neil, Tony, none of them have ever done anything other than give God the glory.
Yep.
Every time you talk to them, it's all about God. Thank God. Thank God. Prayers have been answered.
Well, it should be.
And it's a system. Don't get me wrong. God can lay it on people's hearts to do the right thing, and I'm glad to say that this time they actually stepped up and did the right thing.
Yep, for sure. All right, guys, I guess we'll move on to the next segment. Okay, guys, next up here we've got Adyson Bell, Grundy sophomore. She had a great week for the Wave last week. They picked up 4 big wins last week to finish the season, actually, because they've got no more games scheduled this week, and districts start next Monday. But Adyson totaled 29 service points last week, 11 digs, 7 aces, 48 assists, and 12 kills. Adyson, thank you for joining us today, and congratulations on being Player of the Week this week. Tim?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm just looking back on you said how many? 40?
48 assists.
48 assists. Anytime you can get 48 assists on a volleyball court is very impressive. So that means you're all over the court. So I've got some questions. How would you describe the chemistry of your team?
It's great. We've just been all playing together for so long. We just build it more and more every day, on and off the court.
What's something your coach always says that motivates you?
She tells us a lot of things that motivates us, but mainly every time we miss a point, it's just next point, always next point.
Every one of them said the same thing.
Every one of them answered the same question, just like that next point.
Next point.
So that means you're listening.
That's what Hannah said when we interviewed
That's what
her.
Coach Lester said. So that means you're listening. How do you prepare for a big match?
Well, first and foremost, you just pray about it. Just let God guide you through it, and then it's in His hands, so you can't control it.
Well, anytime you put God first, you're a winner anyway. Yeah. So I'm so happy to hear you say that. Who on a team keeps everybody energized or focused?
Probably Leah. Leah, she's always hyping everybody up. dancing around. She's just
Okay, what part of your game have you improved the most this season so far?
definitely my setting.
Setting.
Yeah.
All right. How do you handle pressure moments like serving points?
I just calm my mind down. Don't listen to the crowd. Don't listen to the noise. Just focus on getting the ball over.
Sometimes that's hard to do. If the crowd's real loud, and that kind of affects you some, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who inspired you to start playing volleyball?
Probably my aunt, honestly, because I wasn't sure if I was going to play or not, and I know she was the only one in my family that had played, and she talked me into doing it. So.
What do you love the most about volleyball?
The team bonding, the family we make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite volleyball player or team that you look up to? And it don't have to be a high school. It can be wherever.
Probably Nebraska.
Okay.
I like them.
That's good. What's your mindset going into a big game? You guys beat Honecker, and that was huge.
Yeah.
Going into that game, the only reason why I picked Honecker is because Coach Lester always wanted to be Honecker.
Yeah.
Always wanted to be Honecker.
Yeah.
And that's the mentality that you guys got. So what's your mindset going into a big game like that?
Don't think about it that they're any better than us. Just they're the same as us, and we can beat them.
How do you and your teammates stay focused when things aren't going the way you project them to go?
We're all just constantly telling each other, just next point, don't worry about it, it's okay.
What's been the toughest opponent you've faced this year so far?
Probably Honecker, honestly. Yeah, probably Honecker.
Honecker's tough, but you guys beat them, so
Yeah.
that means you guys are tough. What will you miss most about playing at Grundy High School volleyball?
All my seniors that are leaving this year. That's what I'm going to miss most.
Yeah, there's a lot of seniors on that team. They're leaving, and I hate that. I hate that for you because it's like you're going to have to start all over because that'd bring you up as a junior, and you'll have to take leadership role because you've already been pampered and already been by them seniors. They've really installed on you what you need to do as a junior, as a leader, because you'll have to. What advice would you give somebody, say a 8th grader or a freshman that's coming in to start playing volleyball?
Don't let the big stage scare you. Just go play your game. Keep your head up. It'll be all okay.
Yeah.
So you're a sophomore. You've got 2 more years. What's your input on coming to Southern Gap High School as a junior, as playing, your volleyball and your basketball? What's your opinion on all that?
Just build a team, a bigger and better team. Just keep going, keep pushing.
If you play volleyball and you play basketball, what else is that about all you play? You play
tennis.
Tennis.
Yeah.
So, of them 3 sports, exclude them 3 sports. If there's something else that you could play, and it don't have to be here in Buchanan County, it can be anywhere in the United States. What sport would you pick?
It's definitely like handball.
Handball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pickleball.
Yeah, pickleball.
Pickleball, yeah.
Big right there.
What life lessons can you take from your coaches right now? What life lesson can you take and live it the rest of your life?
Never give up. No matter how big the other team is, how much more better they are than you, just don't give up. Just be you.
Perfect answer. Perfect answer. I just want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Being Buchanan County Sports Podcast Player of the Week. Excellent job. Excellent job. I've watched you growing up to the young lady you are now. On and off the court, you're handling yourself. It warms my heart when you talk about God. That's priority. God's the first thing in your life, and I can see through your parents and to you and your sister. I can see that's very important. And in my life, as I got older, that's the very first thing you need in it. So, congratulations! I'm very proud of you. I can't say nothing negative about you. You're always great on and off the court. Basketball season's coming, but we're looking for more volleyball. Get out there and get us some regional championship, state championship. But that's all I have. Chris might have something for you.
Well, I've known her for years since K1 ball. I've known your mom for years. Your mom was a good athlete. I'm sure she's passed on some of her knowledge that she's had in the sports she's played. But just coming from the junior varsity up to the varsity level, what preparation have you learned differently that you've got to do in the off season that you know now that's going to make you better?
You have to push yourself to a higher pace, make everything faster and quicker because the game moves faster a lot more.
One of the things I noticed about you early on, and I admire about any kid that does this, some parents or some coaches don't like it, I'm one of those that do, is you're hard on yourself. And to the point that I've seen you make a mistake, whether it be a crazy foul or something, a turnover, you're so hard on yourself that the next time, and I've seen the progressive upward movement of you getting better because of that. Some players can't do that. They get so down on themselves that they just can't get out of their own way. But for you, you realize it, and it's like, well, like Hannah says, next play.
Yeah.
So, and I say I admire that about you, and I've seen the progressive upward movement. So next year, coming up to the new school, of course, you're losing the seniors. It's all going to be a new start. You being a 11th grader, and you're going to have freshmen, some sophomores come up from different schools. Mm-hmm. The advice that you've got to give them is not going to be like if you were at Grundy. It's going to be as a new school.
Yeah.
So that bond that you're talking about from Grundy, to me, is crucial to take that to the new school. So how in your mind, how do you see that transferring over?
Just treat them the same as I've treated my Grundy teammates all along. Make them one big family up there.
And I think that's the key. And I've said this numerous times about our county in general, coaches, players, and because of kids like you, I'll use you because you're sitting here, but I would use somebody like Ella Rasnick, who's that mindset, the temperament, the character. That's the kind of kids that we've got to have come in and be leaders. So you're whether you see it now or not, the character that you have now is going to be huge. It's going to be the type of leader that this new school will need. And what it doesn't matter if you play tennis, pickleball, whatever you play, that mindset's got to carry over. So do you think, and it's a little pressure on you, do you think that's something you can handle? Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you've got a good head on your shoulders. I think your future's bright. And we all look forward to see Grundy, Hurley, Twin Valley Council, in the upcoming months and weeks ahead, do good in the state region, whether it's track and field or if it's volleyball. But we're huge volleyball fans when it comes to following you girls. Didn't used to be that big. Even when my daughter played, I was just like, I'll go watch it because I was forced to. But I learned to love it. I sort of started falling in love with it, and now I can sit down and watch a game and really get into it. And it's because of girls like you who take it so serious. That team that you all have takes it really serious, and I think that's what it's going to take for you all when you come to the new school to let that carry over.
Yeah.
But congratulations, and glad
Thank
we was
you.
able to come.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me.
I've got one final question, something that we're going to talk about here in a few minutes is the news came out this week that the volleyball job for Southern Gap, head coaching job, was announced. How do you feel about the fact that, it's going to be kind of the same for some of you guys at Grundy with Hannah leading the ship?
It's like a big relief. You just know. She's going to treat the other girls the same as she treats us. She's going to make us bond.
I guess that's something that you would tell them, as far as having Hannah as a coach. We had her on the podcast, and she's wonderful.
Yeah.
And her assistant will be Lexi Fuller.
Yeah.
So.
And we had Lexi on too.
That's a great combination.
You get
Lexi
two of the
was
best,
great.
in my opinion.
Yeah. I expect big things.
I still expect big things this year from the team you're on.
Yeah.
I think you can go in regions and do very well in regions and go on to state.
Yep, for sure. But Adyson, we appreciate you joining us today, and congratulations on
Thank you.
Being Player of the Week and all your success so far, and hopefully a region championship here in a couple weeks.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, next up we've got Ayden Whited from Grundy. Ayden's a junior quarterback, and put on quite a performance there Friday night. Ayden would help lead the Golden Waves to a 58-34 victory over Hurley. finished with 140 yards passing, 1 touchdown, and 109 yards on the ground, and 3 rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance he put on there.
He done an excellent job. The most memorable play of the night that I can remember, Ayden, of course, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Ayden knows I'm a big fan of his. He knows I love him. I love him for his faith in God. I love that part of it. But not only that, I love him for just what he does on the field and off the field. He had a snap over his head, about 6 or 7 foot over his head, and
Could have went extremely bad.
and he made a bad play into a touchdown.
Yeah.
He
78 yards.
people don't realize he picked the ball up and came back on the 5 yard Hurley's 5 yard line and threw off his back foot. You threw off your back foot. I don't know if you
Extremely hard
did.
to do.
I didn't know if you knew that or not. You threw off your back foot, and as you was running, you was throwing it off your back foot, and that's phenomenal. I can't say enough about you, Ayden. You hold special things in my heart. I mean, you're an all around great guy. Your faith,
Yeah.
you know, just like we talked, and I hope you don't mind me saying this, but just like we talked before the game, I come in and you're sitting in your locker.
Yeah.
What'd you show me?
Bible.
So just so much good surrounds you, and then there's a photo that went out today that was very humbling. You kneel in the end zone and a quarter of the end zone and pray and stuff. So very, very good stuff. Very good stuff.
Quite a large response on that today.
A lot of
Yeah.
big response on that today. So and it's
I know.
well
I believe
needed.
I made Mom and Dad cry as well. So
It was well needed, but I'm just so thankful just to be able to be around you, Ayden. Last year you broke your collarbone midway through the season, and it was tough for you to even do anything last year in football. You've done great things up to that time. Then you broke your collarbone, and man, that just done you in for the whole season. So congratulations, being Buchanan County Sports Podcast Player of the Week, man. That was a hard one to pick last week.
Yeah.
It was hard, but
Sure.
but you kindly, your name kept coming up
yeah.
because you was shining, and that's exactly what you said. You know, you said it's time. It's time to shine.
You know, me and Chris, who also helps us with the podcast, we was talking before after the game and everything, and he was saying that he felt that you was the player of the week because of the fact that Hurley had a game plan of where they was going to cue in on Trey to try to stop him, and you know they couldn't do that with the way Ayden came out of the gate and
Well, Trey
played early on.
Trey had a pretty good game, but Ayden stepped the tempo up. When they stopped Trey, Ayden took it on his shoulders to take that ball and drive in for touchdowns to be able to roll them. Right, Ayden?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Trey's such a great athlete, you know, and he has been prominent for the past 2 years or so, right?
Yeah.
So going into the game, you know, everybody cues Trey. So, you know, 2 or 3 other people can do their part, then it frees up other people because, you know, if the whole defense is focused on Trey, then hopefully.
I guess that was something that you all was expecting during the week that they was
for
going
sure.
to.
And they were telling us through the week,
Yeah.
you know, as long as we stop Trey, we got
It's a little bit different than it was back in the 90s with you. You know,
it wasn't.
they'll send you messages and tell you what they're going to do.
Yeah, it's a little different this day and time than back in the 90s, but I'm proud of you, Ayden.
Thank you.
I've got some questions. Is that what we're leading into?
Yeah.
What makes this team different from last year's team? You know, last year's we lost what, 12?
Yeah, 12 starters pretty much. Too.
12
Not just
starters.
12.
Yeah. So what's the difference from last year to this year?
Golly, I mean, it's no shortage of talent loss. Everybody can see that, right? We lost 12. You know, a lot of times out of the senior class, you have 3 guys that really hurt you. That year, all 10, 12 of those guys pretty much played and started, fulfilled a role, right? You got Logan and guys like that. But within that, having that 35, 40-person team, when you shrink down to 20, I think you're a lot more bonded. And, you know, that's for sure. I mean, we lost a lot of size and we lost a lot of talent. But there's been a lot of guys step up this year I'm really proud of, you know. And just is what it is. It's football. You got to go with what you got.
How would you describe the team's chemistry this year?
It's been pretty good as far as, no fights or anything like that. There was a lot of that last year, But this year, like I said, we're not winning that many games. But as far as being a brotherhood, there's no other 10 guys that I'd rather go in.
It sounds like from talking to Tim, that's always been something that's been with Grundy football over the decades and everything, is that brotherhood.
Yeah, that's what Grundy football's all about. Hard-nosed football. We're going to run it down your throat, and then on the other side of it's brotherhood.
Yeah,
it's everybody comes as one. We're 20 kids on the team or 22 kids. It's always, there's not just 22 kids. It's all one atmosphere.
yeah.
So what goals has the team set for this season? I think winning the BDD district was one of them.
Yeah, winning the BDD. Right now, we're in that middle ground of having a small chance to qualify for playoffs. Winning out the season is now a goal, right? Because we have to even have a chance. So these started with Hurley, should have started with Tazewell. Didn't get that one. Whatever. So it started with Hurley, and now we got Riverview and Wise coming up. So that's, I would say, winning out the season is probably our goal we're setting right now.
What are some of the teammates that have really stepped up this year?
Oh, I mean, Jackson Deal. Every guy on the line is new. I think besides Quake, Luke Shelton, I think everybody else is new on the line. So I'm going to give all those guys credit. Receivers, Garen, Gavin, those guys, they filled in for me some last year when I missed. But as far as being that starting role and stuff, every down, they've come a long way. So RJ Rowe, he's a transfer we had, and he's starting to settle in here these past few weeks. I love RJ, man. I'm so glad he came over.
Playing big.
He's a junior, and he'll be up there with me in the new school. He's like I said, he stepped up. What did he have? 2 touchdowns last game or something like that?
Yeah.
Or 1 touchdown, and he had a pretty good game.
What part of your game have you improved the most this season?
Running the ball for sure. Something, like I said, I played receiver the past 3 years, so everything was new. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I lead the district in picks this year. Obviously, that's something I need to work on, but as far as throwing the ball and stuff, there's a lot of time. It may not result in it, but I do something good with the bad that I throw.
You do.
I would say, throwing and just rushing in general.
People don't realize, and you see it, Ayden, and us for people standing on the sideline and us people in the stands, when you're getting rushed and they see, well, this guy was open. Why didn't he throw this guy? It's hard to just scan the field.
It's a whole lot of a different view from being up in them stands and seeing the entire 100 yards.
Yeah, he's running for his life.
Yeah.
And trying to throw it too. So a lot of people don't realize
like
that.
3 seconds.
Yes.
I mean, you're lucky if you get 3 seconds.
No, it's a lot different. And I've always been in the stands, or college, watching college backseat, lightning throw it there. He's wide open.
He's open.
He's wide open. And then you get in there, and it's like once you've got a 6'3", 300-pound lineman coming at you, all that goes out the window.
I know you hear a lot of the pro receivers; they're always open. They're and I'm sure it's that way even in high school. I'm sure high school quarterbacks get that every now and then.
Yeah.
I was open.
Yeah. Yeah, and they do tell him that. They do tell Ayden that.
I get it.
They do, but they don't understand that. Hey, I had 3 people try to chase me too.
Yeah.
Who inspires you the most to keep working hard?
To be honest with you, this year, obviously Dad and all the coaching staff, but Jimmy Griffey, Coach Griffey, man, he's kind of lit a fire in us these past few weeks with the Breakfast Club, the morning runs on Mondays. 6 a.m. every morning. Don't be late. Get out of bed, run 4 or 5 miles, lift. And he feeds us afterwards too. So he's definitely lit a fire in a few of us.
I think that's the Breakfast Club is the best thing. I wish we had that from the get-go first
I
year.
wish we were doing that in the summertime, but
Yeah,
it is what it is.
but that's something we could work on. How do you prepare mentally for a big game?
Well, you guys know my answer. I pray. I read the Bible a lot. I always walk the field, home or away. and I'll pray at the goalpost or the end zone or whatever, and then I come up here and warm up, listen to music, and
You're off to
it.
yourself, yeah.
It's
You're
just-
always off to yourself doing your
I
own little
don't-
thing.
Yeah, I'm not really with the guys a lot in the locker room. I'm just kind of in my locker, listening to Beethoven, reading the Bible. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
No, it's not weird.
I could
That's
I
not
could
weird.
see that being a common
Yeah,
thing
it
because so many
is.
times people's nerves gets the best of them in situations like this. So it's a
I've
calming
never-
technique.
I've never seen Ayden get nervous. I've never seen it. I know he does. He does. But he don't show it. He does. But he's got God, so anytime you got God, you're first anyway.
That's been the biggest thing this year, as far as I've always been to church and stuff, and everybody has around here. But until you actually have an understanding of your faith personally and like feeling it,
Yeah.
it's a whole different
It's a different deal, man.
deal for sure.
What drives you to give your best every week?
One is just like the talk, man. Everybody talks about the team last year and the team that, Logan and everybody left and stuff. It's big shoes to fill. It is. Those guys were just,
Yeah.
insane on the football field. So every week we're losing, and you hear it at school and stuff. Y'all suck and whatnot. So it's every week. If I can get a little bit better and prove somebody wrong, then I've done my job. So.
What's your favorite moment of this season so far?
Playing Hurley, I think, honestly. Or my first start at quarterback against Ridgeview, that passing touchdown was my first passing touchdown in career. It was also with my first career start. So that, but then Hurley, it was just a different feel, man.
Yeah.
That rivalry, it being the last game, it was just an electrifying feeling.
Can you walk us through that big play that you made last game where the snap went over your head?
Yeah.
Walk us through a little bit of that.
That's happened, once or twice this year. I love Blake. He does great. But being in the center is hard, and everybody gives crap to the centers, but I get it. But that's happened like once or twice. And then the other times, like at Tazewell, I was able to, get a few yards off of it. And then other times it's resulted in turnovers or whatever. So this time I was like, well, I'll just check my options. I was like, I'm going to throw it out. I'm just going to act like it was a pass play. And then I see Trey down there jumping up and down, waving his hands, doing something. So I just pointed downfield, and I was like, well, I tried if he gets called for the legal man downfield, which it probably should have. But if it doesn't, it's a touchdown. So I'll take the 5-yard penalty if it's not. But
Yeah, I was just going to ask him, did he actually see Trey?
Yeah, he was jumping
oh,
up.
no, I saw him down there. I saw him.
There's one other play that Markham, he was wide open. He hollered. You remember him hollering at you on a pass play? He said, "Hey,
Oh, yeah, I
Ayden."
got it to him
Yeah,
over
you
there,
got it to
but-
him. He scored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that was great communications between you guys.
No, we were talking about that up here, and he was like, I see them, because when we go on the ball trips and stuff, you got to bring three guys over there, and then if you still got a single over here, you get somebody off guard. So we had some pass called over here, and I could hear him over there, hey, Ayden, yelling at me. And I looked over, had nobody on him, so I just threw a little shakedown to him, and he ended up being able to get something out of it, so that was good.
Yeah, that was good communication between you two. I was glad he hollered. What's the best advice your coach has given you this year? If there are any. I mean, there might not be any. I mean, you might have whatever.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Okay, we'll move on. You don't have to answer that.
That's fine.
How do the older players, yourself and some of you seniors, help the younger ones adjust to varsity football? Because they've been a lot of them step right up,
Oh, yeah.
not played till this year.
No, yeah, this year's been a learning curve for everybody, right? Me, myself, I'm a junior, but I injured my sophomore season, didn't play much my freshman year, so everybody's new pretty much. So we're kind of learning together in a way. I've tried to step into a leadership role and Quake with the line and Trey with some of the guys, but everybody, for what we've got, we've done well this year. We've had a tough schedule, so, everybody's kind of learning with one.
How do you hold your teammates accountable during games and practices?
Yeah, accountability is something that kind of lacked in the first few weeks, for sure. And, you know, in the past 3 weeks, whether we've won or not, past 4 weeks, there's been more of a accountability, I guess you could call it, just taking up for yourself, or not even that, but responsibility. If you do something bad, you know, hey, pick somebody up, let's get the next one, that kind of deal. So that's something that's kind of come in these past few weeks. I think it's helped us for sure. So,
How do you balance school and football together?
yeah, you know, school, FBLA, sports, it's a lot. Obviously, school comes first before anything. So, student athlete.
Yeah. What do you enjoy doing when you're not playing football?
Golf, fish, hunt, pretty much.
Okay. What lessons from football will you carry on the rest of your life that you could teach, that you taught, that's been taught to you?
Gosh, especially this season, man. Like you say, you know, we go out and get beat up sometimes, and then it's just Monday, got to get up and go running. So just getting back up, no matter what, no matter if you're 0-6 or 6-0, you know, you got another week ahead of you. So
All right, I got one more question.
go ahead.
You play football and you play golf. Well, you gonna play basketball or you gonna wrestle? Which one you gonna do this year?
I don't know. I have no
Okay.
idea. I'm not playing basketball though. So
Oh,
I
you're
don't
not
know.
playing basketball. What else do you play? Baseball?
I play baseball, indoor track, outdoor track, so golf, football, baseball.
That covers
Played a
it.
year of basketball, a year of wrestling.
Yeah. Okay, throw them out the window.
Okay.
If you can pick something else besides what
Something
you just
else.
said, and it don't have to be here local. It can be
Oh
global.
yeah, we've got some crazy answers.
What did I say last time? I said aerobia last time. I thought it was something else.
Oh yeah, that's right. You've asked this.
Yeah, he's asking. I
During
got
golf.
one.
I forgot.
another one.
Yeah, but I've stumped him. He's
Gosh
thinking.
almighty. Dude, I honestly think that I could be a good volleyball player, a men's
There
volleyball
you go.
player.
There you go.
I think somebody has said that.
I don't know who all said that, but I want to say congratulations, man. You deserve Player of the Week, Buchanan County Sports Podcast Player of the Week. You've done an excellent job on and off the field. Your faith is more than anything, man. I can't say nothing but great stuff about you. I'm your biggest, besides your mom and dad and your sister, and probably your little nephew. I'm probably right next to your biggest fan. So I'm always your fan. You know that.
Seems like you've got a real good supporting cast there with your mom and dad. They
give me everything.
Yeah.
They give me any opportunity I want, need. So I love them, and they bless me in life.
That's great.
Yeah. That's all I have, man. I just thank you for joining us and
No, man, thank you
taking
guys.
time out of
It's
your
a blessing.
busy
It's
schedule.
Just a great honor, you know, just to be able to play and have your guys' praise. You guys are getting big. You know, 7,000 followers now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been, 2 months or something like that?
Yeah.
Y'all are actually growing a lot.
I tell everybody, this is Michael's deal. He started this whole thing. He just needed Chris and I and Rodney to come in to help him push him into it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
the
he
page
didn't want to do it
the
by
page has
himself.
been around for a while, and
Yeah.
I had thought about doing a podcast for quite a while, but just didn't think it was something I could undertake by myself. And luckily, you know, I reached out and had a few responses from a few guys, and
Yeah.
We made it reality
yeah.
for him.
Yeah,
And
that's
just
for
not
sure.
us. He's the brains behind all this.
I
He's the
think it's a
brains.
great thing, though.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
watched all the episodes. I was excited when y'all announced it back in the summertime. I was like, this is something that's been needed for a long time.
And it's going to keep going
Oh,
up next
Yeah.
year at the new schools.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it'll be a little bit easier every week.
we won't have to
y'all
worry
can
about
just
getting everything.
play
yeah,
of the week.
yeah. You know, you've got like 4 different schools playing volleyball every week.
Yeah.
You got 4 golf
Golf.
teams and 4 cross country teams,
Football.
sure.
and
3
it's
football
been
teams.
tough.
And that's just the file, you know.
So we've got some big
Yeah.
things coming
Oh yeah.
next year at the end of the school year. We're going to
Yeah.
do some big things. So
Yep. But man, appreciate you coming
Thank you
today.
guys, man.
Congratulations on the Player of the Week. Okay, guys. Next, look at next week's schedule here. Monday, October the 20th, volleyball finishing up this week. We got Castlewood at Council, Jenkins at Twin Valley, Riverview, West Virginia at Hurley. On Tuesday, we've got volleyball with Hurley at Twin Valley, and then on Wednesday, cross country.
BDD.
BDD Championship meet, William P. Harris Park at Council, all county schools.
12 o'clock.
Yep. Yeah, 12. 12,
Start.
unfortunately. Yeah.
Tommy Krieger time.
He had no part in this.
Thursday.
Thursday, from my understanding, I guess last volleyball game of the season. Hurley will be at Riverview that night. Then Friday night, football, Hurley at Phelps, and Grundy at Riverview.
No Twin Valley.
No Twin Valley. Their second bye of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No Twin Valley.
Supposed to have Van, and Van dropped.
Yep.
Yep.
So, and it's
Any thoughts, guys, on the action this coming week? You know, the district championship meet Wednesday. That's big. Of
That's
course, we
huge.
mentioned Ella being eligible now to run for council.
Hurley should go down Phelps and do very well, providing, you know, Chris and I, we always talk about these referees. You're always down by 2 when you go out of state, aren't you, Chris, with the referees?
No, you got 4 against you.
Okay,
when you get on
4.
the field. That's fact.
So with Grundy going to Riverview, I know they like to air the ball out. Of course, they got a good running back, but you know, I'm gonna pick Hurley and Grundy for my picks this week because I will never pick against a county team.
But yeah, Hurley at Phelps, and you know Phelps defeated Twin Valley last week, and you know they also they beat Montcalm earlier in the year by 4, which is a team that Twin Valley played, and we was all there for that game as well, and seen what Montcalm had. Grundy will be at Riverview, and me and Chris both we had seen Riverview earlier this year when they came to Hurley.
Well, I think that Grundy and Hurley right now are playing some of their best ball. You
Yeah.
know, and at the right time, barring any injury. I know Dylan's banged up. Hopefully he's okay. I think, you know, the one they call Bullfrog, that he hurt his knees, and I hate to say it, but they think it's ACL or MCL, so he's out for the rest of the year for Hurley. So I hope he gets well soon. But I do think Hurley stands a good chance of winning, as well as Grundy on the road. But anytime you go into another state, especially Kentucky and West Virginia, in my experience, I'm just telling you this from a coaching perspective, you're numbered against you once you get into that gym or on that field. That's just from my experience. And some of them may go over there and say, "Oh, wait, we had the best time ever was. Great referee," you know. But and I know some of the referees, and I would tell it to their face, you know. Sometimes y'all suck just like coaches do.
But Rodney, we don't want to get out of here without mentioning your coverage this Friday night. Where are you going to be at Friday?
we are hoping to be at Riverview with Grundy. I'm still waiting on a call back from their AD. So once I can get confirmed that I have an active phone line or cell phone signal, then I can put it down on paper and make it official. But tentatively, that's what we're scheduled for right now, is to have our game of the week, Grundy on the road at Riverview.
Okay, sounds good. Tim, got anything else?
I'm good.
Good,
Just,
Dad.
Oh, I'd like to wish Tim's little daughter happy birthday.
Yeah,
Oh,
happy
yeah,
birthday.
today
I
is
hate
Ian's
she's got to put
birthday.
up with you, but I
Yeah.
do
Bless her heart.
Yeah,
she's
thanks, guys.
I hope she
appreciate-
has a
know
great
she'll-
birthday.
She'll
And my
appreciate
mom's-
that.
My mom's birthday was yesterday.
Well,
so
happy birthday to
belated
Mama.
birthday to her, and she
Oh,
got
yeah,
one
and,
more of a birthday gift too. With
Want to give a shout out to your
with my
grandfather
grandfather.
there being baptized last night. Praise
Praise the Lord for that. Yes.
for sure. Okay, guys, if there's nothing else, we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, hey, drop.